Please leave a message after the beep.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Hello, Pookies.
Hi, Pookies. Welcome back to episode 4 of After the Beep. How was your day, Smookums?
Well, it's interesting because recently I've really been doing a lot of kind of looking into the week instead of the day. The week is the culmination of all of the days.
Yeah, you're so real for that.
Each individual day doesn't really matter when you put it into perspective of the week and then the month and then the year.
Yeah.
Hey, what? What are you doing? Get out of my set! Get out of here! God, where are these women? Whoa! Male-only podcast! You're not out after the beep. Get the out!
God, Jesus.
God!
What are women these days?
I don't
It's
know.
just insane.
Ridiculous.
Wouldn't fly in our frat.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Is my lipstick look okay?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay. Yes. Let's start.
Alright.
You go.
I can't.
You go.
I don't even know.
Hi guys. What's up? Welcome back to After the Beep. Back on your favorite male podcast. Fourth episode. Fourth episode. Just in case you were missing count. Yeah.
Happy April Fools, everyone.
Hope you have a great start to your April.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's the craziest intro we've ever done in our whole
yeah.
existence.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the confetti.
That was a lot.
That was loud for us.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
But welcome back to After the Beep. Obviously, as you can tell from the title,
Everything about this episode right now.
boys. This
We're here.
episode's all about boys,
Yep.
including us.
Including the man herself, me.
Yeah.
All right, me.
Our inner male.
Male
Yeah.
energy,
Yes.
the divine masculine.
Yeah. To be serious for a second, obviously we are playing into a ton of harmful stereotypes, but we are going to have a whole discussion about that later in the episode. But just like it's a joke.
It's a joke, okay?
We're
I'm
being
being silly,
silly.
goofy. I'm yapping at my own nation. All right, enough.
Yes. But for the first time ever on After the
We
Beep,
are having.
not only guests, but we also have a live studio audience.
We
today,
do.
too.
They're over there.
They're over there. So
Hi,
if you see
guys.
us looking over there a ton, that is why
They're over there.
there's a group of girlies over there.
There are, and well, I'm gonna shout them out. They are the girlies from the very first episode on the slide.
Mhm.
Some of them, not all of them. That would be a lot. That would be a lot.
So should we bring on our
Yeah,
guests?
Let's bring them out.
Let's bring our guests on. Hi guys.
Welcome. How's it feel to be the first guests?
Good.
Good.
It feels good. Do you
It
want to go first?
feels-
You go first.
It feels refreshing and like something I've never been through before.
Do you want to introduce yourselves? Who goes first?
Be my guest.
Ladies first.
My name's Krischan. I'm a video production major, senior. I have 2 other shows at the WNYF television station. What'd you expect, and what are you talking about? I guess you could say I'm one of the forefathers of comedy at this station.
This is my boyfriend.
You remember him from episode 1? You should if you've been doing your homework.
How does it feel to be on this side of the desk?
You're usually over there.
Good. I like to have a voice.
You've been keeping me censored for too long.
For too long, he's been sitting underneath the desk. You go.
You go. My name is Justin. I'm a video production major, and an audio radio production major, and I have a show
What's it
called
called?
Bound by Midnight, and it comes out. When does this air?
This will air Tuesday, so it'll be out.
It'll be
It's
out.
out.
It's out.
Go watch it.
Go watch it. Bound by
All
Midnight.
of their stuff will be linked in the description.
It's good. I saw it.
And all of those shows are on the same exact channel that you're
Yeah.
watching this on.
So
So
just go watch it.
So
You might as-
easy.
You're
It'd
already
be-
here.
it'd be like so ridiculous not to do that.
That's so true.
I like the part with the two guys.
And they're walking.
Yeah.
Mine is 10 minutes, so it's really short.
Yeah, so like
So
you
you
could
should
watch
watch
it
it.
while you're like eating
It's
dinner,
probably
like
a
getting
good
snack.
time.
It's true. Yeah.
Probably a good time to tell Anna that
Okay.
our next episode of What Are You
Yeah.
Talking About? It's only 12 minutes.
So
That's
true.
okay.
Wait, am I in the next one?
Yes.
I'm in the next one, guys.
Yes.
So
Yes.
like
You
go
should
watch
watch it.
go watch the shows.
We planned the collaboration around that time so that
Yeah.
there'd be a little more exposure for both parties.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
This is
great,
fun.
guys.
Well,
Is
thank
that
you guys
true?
so
Or
much
is
for
that just-
being
Okay.
interrupt us all.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That won't be the first. Won't be the
But
last.
thank you guys so much for joining us for this special episode called Boys, Boys, Boys. There's only 2 boys here, but
We're the guys,
Yeah.
actually.
um
Why wouldn't it be 4 boys if there's 4?
Okay, well, I'm
It's
like a
more-
bro. You're like a guy.
Okay.
and
But we're
I'm
both
the
boys, though.
And I'm a man.
dude.
You're gonna bro a guy, a dude, and a man. That's what you get today.
But to start off this episode, we have some really hard-hitting questions that we would really love for you guys to just hear.
Just listen and take it in. Really.
Are you ready to do this?
Yeah. I mean, you can start.
Okay. Are you guys strapped in? You guys
Mhm.
ready?
I'm ready.
Why are you so judgmental?
Why do you think flowers are expensive?
Why do you ignore me when I carry heavy things?
Why are you so mean one day and nice the next?
Why do you always walk 10 feet ahead of me?
Why do you leave me unheard?
Why do you do weaponized incompetence?
Why do you flirt with me like you actually like me?
Why do you repeat behavior after I told you that it hurt me?
Why are you so oblivious?
Why do you make me drive?
Why do you complain about stuff and then not do anything in your power to fix it?
Why can you be so rude?
Why do you interrupt people so much?
Why can't you just admit when you are wrong?
Why did none of you notice me?
Why do you always correct me?
Why do you think you know better than me?
Why can't you communicate?
Why do you lie about everything?
Why don't you know basic homemaking?
How are you so confident about everything and nothing all of the time? It's exhausting.
How are you so good at math?
How can you go your whole life not caring or not being caring or thoughtful or considerate?
Why are you so mean when you are stressed out?
I can answer 2 of those.
Two?
We're so good at math because I think men have this protective instinct. Well, so do women, but I feel like we need to keep the architecture from crumbling and killing our loved ones. So math is very important for like
Is he
skyscraper
talking about
technology
architecture?
and like bridges so they don't
Are
collapse.
you talking about architecture?
So I think
right
math is
now?
very important to us because math is the way the world works.
Right.
And I think we have we're very in tune to that. But for my second thing about flowers, I actually have a question for you guys, if you don't mind.
Okay.
It may be a little controversial.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about occupying agricultural space for flowers when half the world is starving?
I feel just fine about it because I used to work at a greenhouse.
I think
I
that
see flowers
flowers
all the
are
time.
a really important investment because do you know on Valentine's Day, flowers are one of the biggest things like bought and there's so much money in
Economic
flowers.
revenue.
Yes,
Think
yes.
about all the jobs. Think about all the money.
Do you think grain would be a more appropriate,
No.
No,
or rice perhaps?
I really don't.
Trade
know.
grain.
And what do you
Show
have
my
to say,
affection and grain.
actually?
I
And what do you
I
think?
can answer one of. What was the last one you said?
The very last one?
Yeah.
That was Truly's card.
Yeah.
Why are you so mean when you're stressed?
Okay. Yeah. That one's real. So sorry. I think it's more so that my social awareness is dropped because my heightened focus on whatever I'm focusing on, i.e. stressed out about. I'm not aware I'm being mean, and nor do I mean it that way. I'm just my short, quick, dry responses. Those are just gonna come off as mean.
I've never heard
I
it
don't-
explained like that.
I don't have
No,
any
I've heard
emotional capacity
That
at that
is
moment.
It might
to
be
like,
testosterone.
Yeah, it's possible.
That definitely.
As somebody
in
who has
there
an
somewhere.
imbalance of
Yeah,
testosterone and
we-
estrogen.
We probably
Yeah,
are.
we kind of are guys. So.
If the audience doesn't know, Anna and I both have PCOS, which I think we talked about last
We did.
episode.
We did talk about it in our self care.
I wish I could have some of yours.
I'd love for you to have it.
Your testosterone, I mean.
Anyway.
Not
Like,
PCOS.
what are you saying?
We don't want that.
We actually do have some real questions for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. This was just so.
This
silly.
is just a little funny.
It's back there.
I'm throwing it back there too.
Okay.
Do I get that?
Yeah.
What are we doing with all the paper clips? I put them in the drawer?
Yeah.
I missed.
Here, let's shuffle.
Okay. Oh, she made like actual little cards. That's
Aw.
so cute.
All right,
happened to me.
let's get into this thing.
Okay.
Do you want to ask a question first?
Hold on. I didn't write these. I need to read them first. I got water on me and then on the card, so. Yeah, I'll go first. Have you ever experienced misogyny in your life? Like, have you ever noticed it or like been affected by it? Or,
And this, like,
Yes.
when I wrote this, I also want you guys to think about, like, not just like towards women, but towards men as well.
So what would that be?
Like, have you ever
Ooh.
felt like
Yes,
you were treated
yes.
differently because you were a
Ooh,
man?
I will.
I have a good. Yeah.
You
well,
could go. Yeah.
You can go.
Okay. I don't know. I think sometimes as a man, you just have to like in certain settings, like weaken yourself, or I just feel like sometimes people just see you as a big grumpy looking like bear creature. Sometimes, you know, I feel like I'm scary sometimes, you know, and I feel like I feel like
Amen, brother.
I feel like I should just like maybe lower my posture, you know.
Or man misogyny. Don't know if that's a term.
I don't know
how
if
you
that's
use
like
it.
the proper.
It's
I guess it
prob-
would be just like sexism.
Yeah.
I guess just like sexism
Hmm.
is the whole thing about if you're a man, you can't like show, you can't be vulnerable. I guess.
So like toxic masculinity.
Yeah, definitely. Or it's like I don't
Which is
I don't
crazy.
surround myself with like people like
Yeah.
or people like those extreme like kind of ideals. But yeah, I've noticed that it's kind of dumb.
All right, let's move on to our next question. What misconception do you think people often have against men that you'd like to like air out?
I have one about me. People
Okay.
think I'm mean and scary,
What?
and
I feel the same way.
I'm so sorry.
and well, no, it's not just you. You did say it
I
like
did tell
you
you
thought
that.
Justin was mean?
Not mean.
She-
He's just very intimidating.
He's our
Like, when I
friend.
first
there,
meet
that's
you,
the word.
you're just very intimidating because I look up to you and I
I
admire
was just
your
gonna
work.
say, I feel like with like guys who are in our like our
Major.
proximity and stuff like that, I often feel intimidated because I'm like aspiring to be like them or I admire like
It's
their
very
knowledge.
much, or like they just always, not even in like they're just you guys, but like they just always know more than you. Like film bro is like so
when it's their like
real.
niche.
And I'm like, how do you even like? Why do you know that information? Where do you store that? Why do you have that just like in your back pocket?
I think because you said it, and then I was
Mhm.
like, oh, damn it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not a big thing.
I didn't mean to make
But
you like
I have-
think on it.
I have a story, like, so my dad, he's a very intimidating man as well.
Mhm.
And I think my baby cousin was like in the pool, he was playing around.
Mhm.
And I think he had floaties on, and my
Mhm.
dad was drinking.
Mhm.
So he talks, this is just a one incident, it's not like bad or anything. He just like, how old are you and you got floaties on? Like as a joke.
Yeah.
And then I think someone was like, oh, you're like, the kid is a little sensitive. They're like, oh, like you're scaring him. And I'm like, back then I was like, oh yeah, like, come on, Dad, just be nicer to, in my head
Yeah.
I was saying. And now that I'm around like people, they're like, not just you. This isn't just you.
Okay.
There's other
I
people
hope
that
it's
have.
not just me.
No, it's
Otherwise
not just
I'll
you.
feel
No,
bad.
all my friends say
Mhm.
my friends call me like the mafia lawyer. They
Mm.
say like I have that same like vibe because there's like if there's
Mhm.
ever a problem, you can go and talk respectfully but assertively against this like
Oh.
power of like kind
So
of
you're like the Don.
person of authority. Not like boosting myself up. Or
No.
anything. But so now that I've lived with that experience of
Yeah.
being intimidating, I'm like, well, Dad,
There's like a certain.
well, Dad, I guess that's just the way we are.
Yeah. There's like a certain like set of expectations that you feel like you have to meet when people like label that to you.
I'm
Kind of, you
I'm
know what I
more
mean?
conscious. I'm more trying to be conscious of like how intimidating I
Yeah.
am. Like if I make you know, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
You know his type of comedy is like mean, kind of dry freak out
Yeah.
type. I love that, and I
Mhm.
feel like that's I feel like naturally that's kind of my jokes are very
That way.
pushed towards that.
Mm.
Like my sense of a joke is like me yelling at you and bullying you,
Mm-hmm.
but like in a loveful way.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
mean
not,
it
like, actually mean.
seriously. So like when I ever do that now, I'm like, I'm just joking. No, like that's not.
Oh.
Just kidding. No.
No.
Stop
I
it.
didn't. But I know what you mean though.
But I understand what you mean, and I like obviously appreciate that.
I just mean like I don't mean it in like you're like scary way.
Like not
like
we're
I'm not like scared of you.
But,
there
like,
is one brain cell
yeah.
that is shared here. One.
It's 3 people in this room right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not because we're like scared. It's more like I don't know.
It's like it's a different. It's like different to be.
It's
find someone-
validation. It's like I
Yeah.
She went. She's like,
It's validation.
like I want validation from the people that I admire.
We talked about this last episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We struggle with validation.
We struggle with validating ourselves, so we
well,
find it through other people. So, do you know what I mean?
I think so.
Okay.
So like I value
Like checking
more
up on
when
you, you
other
get it?
people
Okay.
validate me more than myself.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
hard.
so like
And
it's
I
not.
definitely, well, I mentioned that. Well, I brushed up upon that. The 0.5 version of this,
Mm.
where like I just like can't compliment myself, or
Oh yes.
or if anyone says it to me, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't care. It's just like
It's not
It just
as
goes
like
in one ear out the
yeah.
other. Like it just doesn't.
it just doesn't feel
Register.
absorbed.
Yeah. But I don't know what is like equivalent to that. Like what is equivalent to a compliment? You know what I mean?
I don't even know.
I think you just got to keep climbing to the next high, you know? You can't compliment yourself because
What?
each time you can do better and better. You
Well,
know?
yeah,
You're always on the
yeah.
rise, so
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way I like. If
I
it's,
think that's
if
how
it's good, I'm like, it might be good.
I
whatever I
think that's
do,
just
but-
how like
that's how I feel about my
people in
WNYF
our
shows.
field
I
sort of
think
work.
some of the
Yeah.
best comedy shows in WNYF. You know what? I still watch it. I'm proud of them. I think I could have done better.
Yeah.
Well, we could always do better. You gotta be proud of what you did, but know you can do better at all times.
To go back to my original, it's not that we're scared of you. It's
Oh,
more
we're
of
tough.
just like there's a difference between like as a woman, there's a difference between like finding someone scary in a way like they could harm me kind of way
Mhm.
versus like you're just like a little intimidating.
Mm.
You're like a little like scary, but like in an anxiety way, not in like a scary like I need to like leave the room. I can't be alone with this person.
Right. Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. Are we ready for our next question?
I believe.
Oh, am I going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What gives you the audacity?
Wait.
Whoa.
Open your
hello?
mouth.
Oh.
Thanks, babe. Okay. What gives you the audacity?
Wait. Why does that happen?
Just in general, like what gives me the
Like,
audacity?
What
Why does
happens?
lipstick on teeth happen?
Because it's on your lips.
Because I know it's on your teeth.
Like when you
But
talk.
why does it like flake off every time I see it on someone's teeth? It's
Because
like a.
it's not permanent.
It's not
just-
like-
Also, this isn't
It's
real
like-
lipstick. It's like
it's like
lip balm.
It's not like a dry thing. Like lipstick usually, it's like a waxy material.
Oh, so it like flake.
It
Yeah.
like yeah. Like and same with like what's the word I'm looking for? Like lip stains. You have to like peel them off. It's like
Never heard of lipstick, but okay.
I love
Just
it.
take my word for
Same
it.
idea. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of.
Speaking of. Okay. What gives you the audacity? But really, do you often second guess yourself?
What was the?
Do you ever worry that people don't take you seriously? And do you second guess yourself because of that, or how do you handle that?
Well, I often find that people don't find me take me seriously because I do often focus on my comedic endeavors. So oftentimes I will probably say it leaks into my real life sometimes, and I have a very like sarcastic, well, not sarcastic, but like sometimes I like talk in my normal like tone and voice, but I'm like bullshitting or like kind of making a joke, and I feel like sometimes people can't tell the difference. So, but does that bother me? No, I don't really care if people second guess me. It's all about if you're second guessing yourself, in my opinion. Um, if they don't understand, they don't understand. As long as you understand yourself, it's what's important.
Preach.
Is that how you feel?
I definitely agree with that.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of second guessing will come from, or people second guessing you or you worrying about that, will come from if you don't know any, or if you don't know much about the topic that is at hand. And I think I've gotten in the practice of just straight up admitting that, of just be like, oh, I don't know about that.
That is something I find myself like. I feel like so many guys do that. Like, if they know nothing about a topic, they will pretend they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like to your face.
Or just like blatant,
and I feel like that's where the anxiety will come from.
It's like yeah, and I'm just like, you don't know what you're talking
but
about.
you know, I often find myself like, when men speak, I just believe them.
Really?
And like I don't like
What?
like I guess it's with all people, like I don't often like question someone whether they're like sharing their opinion or like facts or anything. Like I never like questioning. I just like assume that everyone is always telling me the truth all the time. So like I often don't like double check what they're saying.
That's I constantly you gotta read both sides of the argument.
I-
That's why I hate the news. to
If
be
anything,
honest.
I probably trust what men say less. Like genuinely, sorry, but it's true.
I don't know.
I think men have said a lot of
trusting.
trustworthy things in the past.
Not to me.
Like
Vlog and Prosper.
yeah, like
I'm not even a Star Trek fan. I don't know
like when who was it?
do
Was
or
it
do not, there is no try.
was
There
it
you
when
go.
There you go.
O'Neill or Buzz said one small step for man?
Man.
I really felt that he stepped on the moon. I did not think that it was a movie set conspiracy. Like when I hear the voice clip of that, I think that that's real.
That one.
I feel that he stepped on the moon there.
I think what happened was, we went on the moon in 1969. April, what was it? It was April 20th.
So it's something of that
It was
sort.
like
Yeah.
April 20th or whatever, 1969. Cape Canaveral. We went to the moon. However, we had
sitting up for this.
Stanley Kubrick
No,
make
no,
the
no,
moon
no,
set.
No,
But we had it as a safeguard to televise across the country as we were doing it for real. Because like, what if it went wrong? We don't want national tragedy to be across the country, and especially to the Russians, which is what we were in the space race.
So we
against
mimicked what we did.
We mimicked exactly. We mimicked what we did.
Okay.
Do
But we were
do you
there.
guys know why
We're
we
still there.
launched from Cape Canaveral?
No.
I don't know why.
I
thought it was, like,
the reason we launched
weather
from Cape
consistency?
Canaveral in Florida because it is the point of Earth on the globe with the least gravitational resistance. So it's
Very
it's
interesting.
easier to like launch a rocket because it doesn't have to take as much force because of the positioning on Earth.
Okay.
I know
What
that.
are your sources? Sorry,
He's
once
a man.
again,
Oh,
do
see.
not
No,
trust him.
I just
Sorry.
I just watch like a lot of scientists like speak, and
Which
I don't claim to
scientists?
like I don't claim to know. I don't claim to know. Like if you guys look that up,
Chris,
it's right.
this is just a general thing I know about you. You just have a lot, and you just say a lot. And there's
It's all
never
backed
like
up.
you never have
It's
like
all
a
true.
citation.
Well, I know, but I feel like I
source or,
don't.
Like,
As long
He
as
has
like
a scroll in his
like
back pocket.
Well, okay.
yeah.
I'll tell you-
Cited from
I'll tell you where I got it.
Wikipedia.
know that.
I'll be honest. This is where I got it from.
Okay.
Season 6 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on Netflix.
Okay.
They mentioned it, and I like fact checked it on the internet.
Okay.
So like,
See, like I'm cool with that. I'm just
He's
like
a learner.
I have a general
just curious,
curiosity
like,
for a
where-
lot of things.
where
He's a
you got
learner.
where
He's a
you get
learner.
all that information. Where do you store all that information?
What I do is I mainly regurgitate
No,
like
man.
professionals what they say.
Not good.
Like I
Okay.
couldn't speak
Okay.
for a lot of stuff on myself. I guess I just like to regurgitate stuff I've like confirmed.
Okay,
That's good.
that's fair.
practice.
Yeah.
I was just curious. You can go. Ask your
All right.
your next question. Oh, she's shuffling over there.
What societal pressures do you feel most burdened by?
I guess like providing.
Really?
Yeah. It's a lot of
Sorry.
pressure.
Talk about that.
It's just like a lot of
Really?
pressure. I feel like that's like a thing that guys are expected to do a lot is just provide for
Are
a
they?
family. Which I guess maybe not so much in today's culture, but I think that it's still pretty rooted. You know,
right.
it's pretty rooted
Yeah.
in there. I think that's one. That's
Okay.
scary, you know.
Meanwhile, I have said multiple times, like, I plan on working, like, you don't have to provide
Yeah.
for our family, like, it's okay.
But I think that's also like I don't know.
I think
you
it's
guys
just
talk
in
about
there.
it.
You know, you feel like you have to provide. I don't know if it's a primal thing that comes from like our ancestors, like from caveman times. I don't know if it's like deep rooted in men from that. I don't know if it's testosterone. It could be hormonal. It could be a man's hormonal like system that makes him feel like he needs to provide for the clan. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because like if you think about it, the reason men have more testosterone is so that they're stronger and can fight off and ward other creatures away
Fight off the
and
the-
fight
Do
other
you
men.
remember how I
The
had
mammoth.
some
And
extra
yeah,
testosterone?
and to like fight other men to like
Yeah.
kill other men to protect their families. So I think like
Mhm.
providing and protection is just like something that
You ever
Like,
play,
when we
hey,
walk-
You ever play Far Cry Primal?
no, I played every Far Cry except Primal.
I
Is
think
that one
you
good?
would love. I loved it.
I played
like
1,
it.
2, 3.
You get
I
to
played all of them.
ride the animals you tame. Like
I might check it out. I
Like-
think it's free on Game Pass.
you should get it.
All right, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it out. I'll take
It's-
your word for
It's
it.
pretty good.
What else? Protection. Whenever we walk on the street, I have to walk on the street side. That's a thing.
I caught you
It's a
that.
rule that I have to do. I know, but now that
Walk
I've
on the what side?
I have
You
to
have
walk
to-
on the
okay,
side of the
so, like,
street.
when
So
you
if a
walk on
car
the
comes
side of the
barreling
street,
down, I take the blow
you
of the
walk
car, and
on
she
the
lives.
side that's closest to the street.
That's like a gentleman.
Makes sense.
It's so like
No.
I die in her
sidewalk.
place.
Sidewalk.
You two?
Cars here.
I need one example. I can't have two.
Yeah, hold on.
Cars.
Two
Oh,
people.
wait.
Okay, sidewalks. Two people.
Yeah.
Cars. You would stand here. She would stand here, so that
Oh,
if a car
I
comes
understand.
And another-
barreling
another
down
thing-
the road,
Another thing
It
is
only clip.
So-
It only clip her.
she likes to sleep on the
Your
side.
dad, but it only
It'll
clip the
take
girl.
you out.
I have this instinct where I want to sleep. She likes to sleep on the one side of the bed that's nearest to the door, but I've started to get this like sense that I want to sleep there in case like an armed robber were to come in the door. He'd have to
I
come through
like-
me first.
I like to.
I'd probably
sleep
take the
close to
stab
door.
or whatever.
It's
And she
like
probably
every
lived. She probably
night,
escaped.
I just want to sleep on that side of the bed.
Well,
It's
what?
for me. It's like a fleeing thing. Like I gotta go.
But
like-
you know, think about it. It's an innocent enough concept that you want me to walk closest to the cars. But what that really implies is that you want me to take the brunt of the car's 2-ton
Yeah.
force and have you escape.
For me,
That is what it boils
Yeah.
down to that. So think about the pressure
you
that I have
should want
to, that I have to
take
deal
your
with.
car.
Now,
For me, it's
one
more.
more- I know, I'm not-
Wait.
I'm making
Let me explain.
You're
Let me
you're
explain, let me
interrupting.
explain.
Okay.
For
I have one more
me,
point.
It's not about like you die and I live. It's more like, oh, I'm showing you that I care about your life, so I'm gonna stand here. Like it's more about the thought than the actual
Yes.
event.
Another thing. This doesn't apply to me, but I feel like it's like somewhat linked. I could speak for other men, perhaps. We're not in a time of war, but like if you think about it, during a time of war, imagine the extra stress that a man has to go over knowing that he may be drafted to
Anna,
like
did
die
you
by.
know when
Oh,
they
wait,
turn
yeah.
18, they
have
have
to
to
fill out the draft thing.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
friend,
know
my
that.
friend checked that box, so she's like
I'm going
kind
to the
of.
Air Force. If
I
I don't know
did
why
not-
why did I
I did
choose Air
not-
Force?
You know, I wasn't-
It's the branch that's nicest to women.
I wasn't
actually.
exactly scared at
It's
that
the-
time,
It's
but
the
imagine
branch
if we
that's
were
nicest to
Vietnam
women,
boys.
Has like the least amount of like sexual.
Like during that time, that'd be
abuse,
very
like-
scary.
I chose correctly. That
Yeah.
sounds like a
As an instinct and like knowing you, that would be like where you would go.
sweet.
Like if I had to pick a branch for you, you're on it.
And you know, I'm all for girls joining the army. I think that's great. But I also
they're there.
But I also think there's another another
Why?
thing where it's like, you know, it
What?
you know, it's like
What?
it's like sure that that's all fine and dandy that you're gonna do that, but like, what if we start like giving you guys the draft? Then it becomes a whole fight, you know?
Well, that's what that whole thing
You ever
was like
s-
going on in England the other.
You ever seen those memes where it's like a
Me and
it's
the
a con-
girlies going to the war.
no,
those
it's
ones?
like
Oh.
a controversial tweet, and it says the first sentence, and it's like, I understand. This is an example.
Is it Burger King that did that?
No.
Are you talking about
it's
that
like,
one?
I understand women deserve rights, and then it's like that's all you see,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's music going around, and as the beat drops, it reveals the butt.
Yeah,
comma.
yeah.
But
That's what you sound like,
Do
Chris.
you remember when Burger King tweeted "Women belong in the kitchen"?
Yes.
That was bad PR. I don't know
Bad
who
Who
PR.
thought
was
that
running
was.
that like PR?
And then they're like, "Oh, I meant it that they should be employed here." And it's like, wow. Nice.
Sure.
Everybody should
Nice.
be on
Well, you could have said women belong at, like to work at
In
Burger King,
Burger
and
King.
even
was
that would be
like-
offensive.
It was like really funny, but in a bad way.
Yeah. Well, let's touch on that. What do you guys think about laughing at like distasteful,
Yeah, am I an
like
asshole?
bad
Um,
stuff?
Sometimes I laugh.
Sometimes I laugh,
When
but
I
also
know it's a joke, I laugh.
okay. If it's
Awesome.
online and it's like a big company that like screws up like that, I will laugh.
Like,
Okay, yeah, that's
fine.
like when
In-
Nintendo
No, go
did
ahead.
Wiggler Wednesday. Wigger Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah, they meant to say Wiggler, the like little caterpillar
Yeah.
that goes around, but they mistyped and did
Oh.
Wigger Wednesday.
That's crazy.
And they took some flack
If
for
it's
that.
like if it's
That's
a
funny.
big company
Yikes.
that does something like that, I will laugh
Yeah.
depending on the company.
I also think it would depend on like what
However,
it is.
Yes, what it is.
Oh yeah.
However, if it's in a group setting, I will immediately leave the room because I will lose my mind. You know that TikTok sound where it's like all those girls from like movies screaming overlapping?
That's me all day. in my head.
That's what my inner monologue is, and it sometimes it's louder than other
I
days.
think they like.
Sometimes it gets louder. Or the song like Paris, the song by Paris Paloma that's called Lieber. That was my number one song last year. So
I'm,
that tells you something about me.
I'm accepting of most probably comedy or things to laugh at. I think where I get kind of annoyed is like every year when like 9/11 comes around and people are like, oh, Twin Tower, like stuff like that like
See, that's
people
like
died,
crazy to
like
me,
people like died or something. I think when you start like bringing the real world into like that kind of like then it's like that's not that funny. You know,
or
stuff like that I guess.
Oh, what really riles
But like if it's
me
like a
up-
fictional like version of something of that sort, then I probably could laugh
Yeah.
at it.
What
lot.
really riles me up is when you see those like. There was like a post a while ago, and it was like what it would look like in like different states if women didn't have the right to vote. And the comments under
Any
those,
comment
I
section
never
makes me
laugh.
lose my mind.
oh,
Yeah.
I
I think
somebody like when the shit like that happens, like somebody needs to take
But
my phone away.
I
your
feel
thing,
like
your
actually-
thing with leaving the room, I think I understand that with like comments because I feel like almost all of them are just not joking.
No, that's and the thing is like I know men who think like that. So
Yeah.
it's like you have to like put yourself in a
even make-
situation where like
I
you
don't
have
think I
to
even
like
make
go.
I feel like I would
women jokes anymore. I used to like in high school. Like
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I feel
'Cause
like
that
I
was,
could
like, the
still
trend.
like if I
Yeah.
saw that, I feel like I could still
Maturity.
yeah.
I feel like I could still laugh at what people are saying. Like in that sense of like maybe absurdness.
It's like you do that.
Like I could tell
"Ah."
some of them are like just over exaggerating and don't like are just saying some crazy shit, you know? And I feel like it depends on what they said. If there's some things I might laugh at.
You
in
can
that
tell when
comment
What's the
section.
someone-
question?
The question was, what societal pressures do you feel most?
Oh, we were talking about protection, and
Oh,
then we
yeah.
came to
okay,
this.
Yeah,
We
you
came to
started.
this.
Wait, what is that? Oh, I have one. But
Oh.
I don't want to.
You can
No, please.
go ahead.
I don't think it's like societal, but it's like definitely. I think it's more. It's like family pressure because my family is well off. My parents have done well, and I have benefited from that, and I'm entirely grateful for that. In other terms, I have a silver spoon up my ass, and now that I am growing up, there is this kind of pressure of like it's all on you now. Like not all. I always know they're gonna be there, and I always know I'm going to have that stable like. And again, I'm very grateful for that. But it's just I am starting to become on my own, and that pressure is
on you.
increasing by the day,
I think that
especially moving
Yeah.
and
It's a big deal.
yeah,
Especially like graduating. Like
yeah.
the three of me, Justin, Krischan, and I are
What
all
if you're
graduating
seniors?
this year.
Mm.
And like that's
We'll be back for Fred
yeah.
You don't have to go.
Fest. Stay in Fred, don't you?
You can just
We'll
stay.
be some ponies
You can just
and-
stay and hang out with me, cause I'll miss you guys. I
Anna,
cried about it
I,
yesterday,
I mentioned
actually.
graduating in front of Anna. I'll insert the video. Anna was in the green room on the floor crying.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw
Yeah.
that.
It was bad. I like just mentioned it like barely. Okay.
I'm
She gonna-
fine.
she
It's
gonna cry?
okay. No,
Checking.
it's okay. Today I was doing okay. Yesterday was just a rough day. And that was just like the final straw. You were like, look at my cap and gown. I was like, actually? What if I
Fuck
ran?
you.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, actually, I need to leave.
Because girls like to decorate their grad caps.
Well, you could decorate yours too.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Are you guys decorating your grad cap?
You should.
I don't think I have
Perhaps
time to do
not.
that.
I'll
I'm
decorate it.
decorating
Okay,
mine, but I was like,
that's whatever.
I showed her the quote that I was gonna put on it, and she lost it.
What was the quote?
I can't. I will cry if I.
Do you
told
guys
that.
want to know my high school yearbook
You don't know? I don't know.
quote?
You'll
find
know
out.
eventually. You'll know on graduation day.
You guys want to know my high school yearbook quote?
It's gonna be eating away.
It's
at me.
kind of crazy, but like I feel like I should have thought of something more. I should have thought of something more meaningful for sure, but I was memeing.
No, you did. No, you did the correct.
Well, this is what I
mine
did.
is meaningful and it's boring and who cares? Like I'm not like.
And
shut up.
it's a paragraph. It
Me
is.
too, but
it,
I had to
should've
be.
been funny.
'Cause my
it
mom
is,
worked
it
at
is the
the school.
entirety of this.
You had to be meaningful. and
Yeah.
Boring.
This is my senior quote. Come on.
What was yours?
Well,
Alright.
it's just truthfully, what is my senior quote? The Wi-Fi doesn't seem to be very.
That's just a stupid folder.
It's the whole.
not just a folder.
It's all of this.
It's a rock.
I like
The whole thing.
Yeah, and I did all like the exclamations and like the ah ha ha.
It's a big, beautiful old rock. Oh, the pioneer used to ride these babies for
When did it
miles,
end?
And it's in great shape.
This whole thing.
That whole thing, that's so funny.
It's in great shape. That was the last.
And it's in
Wow.
great shape. That whole thing is my senior quote.
See, mine was boring. No, you do. I look back and I'm like, oh, you're so full of it. Like, just
I
be
was like,
just be funny.
I was really depressed in my senior year of high school, so I had to like transfer to a school for like kids who couldn't be in normal school. So they like didn't let me be in the yearbook
That's
for a school that I
crazy.
went to for 4 years.
You should have.
I didn't get like a
Should've
picture. It was
bombed
really
it.
embarrassing. It just said my name. It was like no picture.
That's crazy.
That sucks.
It was really sad. It was like the cherry on top.
I had to.
Did you fight for it? Did you fight?
No, I was
Did you
fighting
have
for
to
my
fight?
life.
Who do you have to? Toss.
Did you have to threaten the school?
Yeah, like
Next
what?
question.
Okay, Anna.
Oh.
Destroyed my cards.
I'm sorry. Okay, I need something to fidget with, or else it's bad up there. Okay. Do you think that you are a good person?
Oh God.
I think, to quote someone else, a good person is only considered to be a good person to someone else when they fit their criteria of a good person. I think good people could be good people for certain people and bad people for other people. If you're a good person to someone else, you do what they want, you know? So I think that's what it means to be a good person.
I think a good person never acknowledges or brings light to whether they are a good person.
Yes,
or not.
I to add to that, I
So
will.
to answer that
yeah.
question, I don't know. Am I? Maybe.
Well,
It's not really up
here's
to me.
my take. I don't like myself, but I think I'm a good person.
That's fair.
Bro.
Who are you?
I would-
I mean, you
I
don't
would
like
agree with that.
yourself.
I don't like myself, but I think I'm a good person.
You gotta like yourself. That's the one thing you gotta do at least in this life is like yourself. If you don't
You're
like
stuck
yourself,
with you forever.
exactly. The longer you hate yourself,
Explains
It's
my
a waste of
misery.
time.
the more of a depressing husk you're gonna be.
Husk.
You need to
Make sure,
embrace,
like,
even if you are a
serious.
husk, you need to
Well,
embrace the
I'm
husk.
working on it. I'm better off than I was.
But you have to embrace, even if you consider yourself to be shitty, you have to embrace that you're shitty.
But I do think I'm a good person.
Well, then you embrace that as you embrace what you are and you accept it, or else you suffer. If you keep reflecting on if you don't like yourself, then there's no point to any of this, to life.
Oh boy.
Feels very philosophical.
Even if you hate aspects of
working
yourself,
on it.
you gotta like say like, well, I take if you hate things about yourself or things from the past,
I was gonna ask.
you just have to say that happened. It already happened. Can't go back in time. I can only just continue to do better. And that's just how you be. That's just
Be
being a good
best.
person. Preach.
Yep.
This I don't ever want to hear that
You
again.
have another one, don't you?
Do you guys have tapes?
With what?
Oh my! If I'm a good person,
Or if I'm a good person?
like I said, that would mean that I am a good person to the people I serve, and probably a bad person to people that I push against.
And again with the compliment thing, like, I don't know. Am I? Well, I guess that's
too vague of a word.
I guess that's like a fear of mine too, because like I think that's a worry. Like, am I? I feel like I always try to check myself to be a good person, and if I'm not, I feel like, am I just naturally an asshole? Like, is that just me? Like, born? Am I just naturally an asshole? Like, and there's nothing I can do. And if like the moment I stop trying to be a good person, I'm just like naturally like at core just a piece of shit.
You know, you could say the same. Like our,
No.
would you say people
No,
that?
you're not.
And I guess that's.
You're not.
I
You're a
guess-
good person.
I guess that's a
You're
fear
a good person.
of
We
mine.
wouldn't be friends if you weren't.
Are
Yeah.
people who don't do anything good
See-
people? Like lazy people? Would
You're
you
a
say?
good person.
Thank you.
I promise.
You say
Okay.
lazy people are good people? Like
If
people
you
who
were
people
a
don't
good
do anything with
person-
their life?
You wouldn't be right there.
Okay.
Like people
You
who
know what I
don't
mean?
strive for anything?
Yeah.
I think if
I
you're
understand what you
kind,
mean.
All right.
I think if you're kind.
I'm
you're
not saying
a
I
good
agree,
person.
but I understand what you mean.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
So, Anna and I both have brought stories for you from our
From me?
worst. Yeah.
To
How did you get them?
From us.
Where did you get my
also-
story?
But these are our worst male interactions, but on a romantic
But
level,
on like
not
a
like
yeah,
in
Ooh.
general.
like in general.
So it's about me.
Oh.
No.
Never said that, Chris. It
You've
could
had
be.
other
Do you want to just
romantic-
change
I
it?
think you're just projecting.
You've had other
Let's be
romantic
nice. All right,
reactions
roll
with
it.
other men?
Yeah.
Unpure. I'm joking.
All right. Do you want to go?
You can go first.
Okay.
I
So
know, I read
senior year, I thought it would be fun if I had a prom date. I didn't need a prom date. I didn't.
that. As most high
But
school.
I didn't need one. But I thought it
girls,
might
I
be
think,
fun
feel
because
that
all
way.
of my friends had one, and I was like, could be fun. So I asked this guy to prom. Obviously, I liked him, and I told him that when I asked him to go to prom. Now,
I think he.
there's
Yeah.
more to this story about this whole prom interaction that I won't bore you with the details with. However,
Wait, that's not fair.
do you want to know all the details?
How long is it?
Not that long.
Go on. Yeah.
Okay. So I asked him to prom, and he told me that he wasn't sure if he could go with me because of the date. I was like, okay,
That's fine.
just let me know. So he lets me know. He's like, actually, I'm going to be out of town. I'm not going to be there. Then I get to prom,
He's there.
and he's there
Yeah.
with another girl.
Mm.
But when I did tell him that I had feelings for him, he said, oh, yeah, I know. And that was the last time we've ever spoken. That's a really humbling experience. It's happened to me twice.
Oh,
What's he yours?
mine is this. This was back when like situationships weren't like a thing yet, but I was very much like in a situationship.
Like in your life, they weren't a thing.
No, like
like
in general.
like
it wasn't
online,
like
like
I feel
a.
like they've always been.
like
a
it
thing.
wasn't like a trendy
But
thing. to
It
talk
wouldn't be
about.
like, oh, like that's a situationship. Like you wouldn't like leave.
You wouldn't call.
You
that
would just
be-
term
you would
is
just say
definitely
like,
Not,
I'm just talking.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the term wasn't
Yeah.
a thing yet.
right. Okay.
But I was knee deep in a situationship
Oh,
like
goodness.
so bad.
That's a
And
descriptive.
And I worked with this guy like for 3 months. Like we were all interns at a baseball stadium, and we were interns. And it's like
Was this the
Why
same?
is it always where you?
Okay, go on.
Always
it's
work
always
boys.
always work boys.
Yep.
And
the worst.
he like very much
He
was
works.
like into like my other friend that was like a girl, but like I still liked him even though like he like treated me like I was his girlfriend like so hardcore. Like I was so delusional. And the summer ended, and it was February, and he texts me, and he sends, it's Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's. He texts me a picture of a bouquet, like to
Oh,
order,
thank God.
like to order one.
I was going down a different.
No, those are different stories in my life. But he sends me like an order for like a bouquet, and I'm like thinking that he means that he's sending me these flowers on Valentine's Day, like after all this time, like blah blah
You
blah.
weren't delusional. Look at that. Like,
He goes, hey, what's our like girlfriend? Like he's like, hey, what's her address? I want to send her these flowers. And
That's
I thought
unfortunate.
that they were for me.
it is
And it was bad.
so humbling and so heartbreaking,
so
and it's
bad.
just like.
And he like fully knew.
Ugh.
Like there's no way on earth
Yeah.
he didn't know that like I
It's
really
just
liked him.
disgusting.
And he was like
Obvious.
very like he acted like he really into me, and you were like super close friend. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot.
Do you want to hear mine? This is my probably worst experience. Probably tied, but I'm gonna go with this one, the one I was just telling. But they wouldn't know that because the camera was cut. So I should probably just preface this is my worst experience, probably with a person of the opposite gender during a romantic, if you could even call it that experience.
Yeah.
I matched with this girl on Tinder. We went out for coffee like twice. You know, it wasn't even like we weren't even like dating. It wasn't even called a date. We were just hanging out. You know. And, you know, I kind of lost interest in her. And we kind of stopped, like, talking as much. Me and this girl. Well, a couple months go by. I've forgotten all about her. Matched with her again on Tinder. Under a different alias. I won't call it a name. Because it would seem as if she was playing games. I don't know. If you're choosing different names on Tinder, I don't know. That's just, to me, that's a little strange. Just like
Yeah.
But whatever. I match with her again. You know, I get like the message like you're an asshole. I'm like, at first I'm like, what is this? Who is this? And then I realize it's the same girl. So I give her the sorry, like I just didn't really connect with you. I didn't really want to talk to you. Blah blah blah. Well, she sends me this whole message about she's gonna go up to her attic and blow her head off with a shotgun. But she's going to leave a letter saying that it was because of me. I was working at McDonald's that night at like 1 a.m. And I'm thinking to myself, to be kind of, I was more concerned with me like going to jail.
Yeah.
I was also
They
concerned,
wouldn't have thought
I
it
was
was
also
you.
concerned
I
with her
mean-
like doing that, but I was a little bit more concerned that if she went through with it and my name was on that I was going to like face legal trouble. So I called the
It's not-
trouble.
yeah,
At the
I feel
moment,
like
I, like-
No, it's fair. It's just
I
the way you
called the
said it.
police and
Legal
I'm like,
trouble.
this girl said she's going to blow her head off. Can you go to her house and check on her? Anyways, they go there. They do like the check. And then she like leaves a voicemail on my phone saying like, you motherfucking asshole. Like, why did you tell the police?
As if
Like,
you would.
Tell them.
I was like, I gave her my honest. I'm like, oh, you said you're going to blow your head off. Like, in all fairness, like, I just wanted to
Check in on you.
make sure that like everything
Make sure
was
you didn't do
going
that.
swell, and that was one of our last interactions. That was our last interaction. Correction.
I hope so, Chris.
That's one of the worst of them. Yeah.
Well,
I've had and I've had
Never mind.
I've also had at least another girl do the whole, There's one thing when you say you're gonna commit
So
suicide, and
attractive.
there's one thing when you're gonna say like just say it to like fuck with your mind, you know. So I've had that happen twice to me, where girls said they're gonna like kill themselves over me. You know the
My friend had that
psychological
happen to her.
like.
What?
Like a
ugh,
guy told.
It's a
her,
lot of
like,
pressure.
you
It's a lot of
was
pain,
messed
you know.
Who's gonna
Yeah.
check out?
And it's about when they make
What?
the false
Clock.
threat just to fuck with you. That's like wow,
Log out.
you go that
Log
far.
out. Disconnect.
No, that's
That was
sadistic.
probably
So
the
that
worst
was yeah.
What?
Disconnect. Rejoining server.
I'm gonna log out right
Justin, what's your
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you have one?
now. Nothing like that. But
That's okay.
I had a girlfriend for 8 years from 8th grade to
Years. It's a long time.
from 8th grade to beyond high school. And yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I remember.
No,
I'm
When I met
really
you, you were
baffled.
still dating her, right?
Yes.
I'm really,
Yeah.
really baffled by that. Okay.
No, yeah, no, it's crazy. And then
That's just great.
no, I agree. And oh my god. But yeah, thank you. I wouldn't say it was a. Anyway, the point being, I was in a relationship for 8 years, so I was not ever heavy into the dating scene
Right.
within like proper dating scene years of my
I'm
life.
the same way, but
Yeah.
just because
Me neither, but that's just because
I'm me.
I'm me.
So, I mean, I don't really have many stories. I have, like, middle school, like, stories. Like, the one girl felt bad so she agreed, I get, that would be the proper term, agreed to go out with me, but then, like, a few hours later, she'd be like, yeah, no, over text, because she was like...
The only time I've ever been asked out has been on dares. Like,
That
somebody
happened-
dares
that
me
happened
to
to
ask
me.
me out.
That's
That happened to me a
mean.
couple times.
That's so...
It like ruins your whole life.
It ruins the way
We
that
had
you
this-
view
we
yourself,
had
like,
this
completely.
game in my high school
Yeah.
where people would go around and you would get like an X written on your hand, and if you had an X written on your hand, it meant that you had to say yes to like questions.
That's crazy.
So then like the guys would go around and like try and ask girls out. Yeah.
I had a kick me sign taped on my back once, unironically.
That's
You only see it in the cartoons.
Till
No.
it happens to you.
My teacher like pulled it off, and they were like yelling at the class, like, "Who did this?" And
Damn
I
it.
was like, "It's okay."
Oh my
And they're like,
God.
"No, it's not." That was just,
The worst is too is like when people do stuff like that, they're not even sly about it. They were 2 tables away from me. I was like, "You think I didn't hear that conversation?"
Yeah.
That's...
I had in middle school. I
What
had
did you
these
say?
guys
Like-
that
I
used
was
to
like,
throw my
"No."
books in the women's bathroom every day.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Screw bullies.
Yeah.
It's okay.
My arch.
I know.
All right, do we want to do our outro? segment? We
Yeah.
have a new one
Do you have
for
another
you
question
guys.
that's interesting?
All quick?
We had one that was, what does boyhood mean to
Like boyhood or manhood? Does manhood apply?
you? Boyhood.
It's implied.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't even... I've never thought about that.
huh?
I think...
wow.
Okay, wait, no, I got something. I
Okay.
think, late nights kind of doing stupid shit. Like, just doing stupid stuff. That is boy.
Yeah.
Like, like, for example, a few nights ago, we were doing stuff for my show and fiction, and we had flats up, and it was late. We had gaffer tape rolls, and I started rolling the gaffer tape rolls like just across the studio, and then that turned into throwing, and then that turned into us taking turns throwing the gaffer tape at the wooden flat from across the studio. So stuff like that, just kind of dumb and pointless and stupid.
Yeah.
That's boyhood.
I have noticed that guys are really good with like just coming up with like little games.
Yeah.
They're
They
really
always
good
have
at
a
just like
game.
they always have a game or they're throwing a ball or like they're always just like throwing something and like playing catch and like that is just like something like I think it's especially because I like work with all guys like they just always got like a little game going on.
It's
I'm
probably
like,
because
what?
like we're
They're just very good at entertaining themselves.
Yeah. Well,
You know what
when
I
I was a
mean?
boy, probably from the ages of like,
And like an
I'd say like
yeah,
Athletic
between the ages
kinda
of like
like-
10,
yeah.
10 to like 13, 14, I used to play this game. Wherever I would go, I would pretend my hand was like the character, and I'd run around like stuff with him, and like I'd pretend he was like doing these adventures.
Yeah.
But there was a whole lore. Like I would like there would be like other characters that like
Always
played.
lore. There's always
Like
lore.
there would be other characters that played. It was kind of like an RPG. There'd be like monsters that I would make up, and there'd just be like all this lore. I would just be making it up a walk, like shopping with my grandma.
That's really
Like
interesting.
just
Okay.
Mhm.
What?
like I just had like a whole like game going on in my head, like where I'd be fighting like a monster.
Okay.
I like your ants game.
Ants is fun.
You play ants.
Ants is where you go to a higher floor than
Like at the mall.
other humans, like say like a mall, and you
Watching, like,
look down at
ants.
people, and you just count how many people like
Would be
uh,
ants.
have a
Oh.
mishap because they're looking at their phone, whether they like misstep or they
That's-
bump
That
into a
sounds
pole.
really interesting.
and we call
play
them
that
ants.
often.
That's really funny.
I like even I'll do it when I'm walking on campus. I'll be like,
I-
where are the ants?
I'm gonna start to.
It's so fun.
It I guess it slightly makes you feel like
God.
powerful. Yeah, God. I'd say boyhood or manhood for me is tapping into my ancestral roots.
There it is.
Okay.
Well, since none of it from the last podcast survived,
Guys, we
No,
just so
let me
you
just
guys know,
explain.
we had to refilm this episode, so there's some references.
I think that means my circadian rhythm, the types of
Let the beep save me.
At least this semester, I've really been getting into it. Like prolonged fasting, long walking cycles, 8 hours of biological
you know what I'm
sleeping patterns.
you know what I'm the most upset about for having to refilm this?
What?
The moment he explained the deer story and he goes, yeah, he like huffed and the smoke blew out. I went like, I remember, I went like,
You did.
and that was.
And there's this like huge deer, and it did the thing where it like blew out its nose and like the smoke came out, like the steam in like the winter time. It was big, like it looked like it wanted to attack me.
So cool.
And then it like ran off.
That's
But I don't know if it was like
That was not a bit. That was purely like.
Boyhood.
That was
That
purely
was so,
like.
like,
That's
guy.
that was.
You gotta
awesome.
find the clip in
We
the other
will.
one now
We
and put
will.
it there in the
We
edit.
will.
That is
We will.
Boyhood.
All right.
Like,
so,
just
And then you gotta
explaining
edit-
something awesome. I go, that's.
You have to make an
sick.
image
Hell
of it
yeah,
now.
dude, That's.
That's
you,
like-
you have to pull up an image of the deer doing that now.
You
and
know
put
the
it there.
You know the bit where it's. I gotta stop pointing. You know the bit where it's like, oh, guys will just look at a picture and go, hell yeah.
Yeah.
There was this picture of a cat with dragon wings or bat wings.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That is. I
Hell, you
repost-
should put cat wings on Jedi. Or like dragon cat wings.
Cat wings,
Yeah,
cat wings.
cat
It would be cat wings then.
Yeah.
You
should
dude,
get-
I should.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll probably
Get him like a
freak
little
out.
Wait.
like little outfit.
I don't. He does not. We put a harness on him when he was a baby. He like barrel rolled like 5 times and ran away, and I was like, "You are.
That's funny.
You're a squirrel."
I have a cat near my apartment.
Near
and
it?
Yeah, like
Oh, like stray.
Yeah,
or
stray.
Is he just outside?
oh, I don't know. I would guess stray, but it might be just outside.
Is it a collar?
I don't think so. I've only seen this cat once. Just.
You say there's this cat.
Well,
I'm
but
like, oh,
I
you've
could
seen
like
it
I
multiple
knew
times.
it was there though before I saw it.
I know.
Like you can smell cat piss.
Last podcast we were talking about
Outside?
animals.
Yeah, like near my garbage.
that could
cans,
also
'cause
be
they, like,
human
rifle through the
beings.
garbage.
Okay, but you do understand. That was crazy. Like,
Right.
I knew it was there before I saw it.
I did. And also,
sound insane.
I can hear meowing. I can smell a
See,
cat. I
that's
can see the
further-
tracks in the snow.
further
I can like,
Further
I
context.
know
Just
it's there.
Right out of the gate, like, oh, I knew it was there before I could see it. That was
Not like
just
I'm like intuition sensing this thing.
I have a cool story about raccoons.
Oh,
Wait, can we do the outro of
And-
the episode?
Yeah,
and
it's
then you
super
can
quick.
tell
It's
your-
super quick.
Please.
It'll take 10
Please.
seconds. Okay.
Can we do the outro, please? And then we can
Yes.
talk about it, I promise.
Yes.
So, we actually have a new outro for. Let me do that again. So, we actually have a new outro for the episode. This episode and probably the next for a while.
Mhm.
But we're gonna talk about our ins
Ins
and
and
our
outs
outs. Did you guys
for the
prepare
week.
some?
I have.
It's
okay
okay.
if you don't. But we
Um,
do. All right, Anna. What?
And
Let's
it
talk about our
is
outs first.
blank. Wait, no, that is yours.
Is that for me? Oh, okay.
That's yours.
Did one person write this?
Me?
Why did you use your cursive S in ins, but then on Justin's and outs, you did your normal S?
I don't know, and I did this. I did it on all of them. I think.
Oh, wow, look at that.
I don't know why. I think maybe
That's
because
interesting.
the N
Because
connects better to the
to
S
S than a
the
T.
T does.
Because you got to go all the way up to the top.
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
you know?
Do you want to go first?
Let's all do our outs first.
Out. Okay.
All right. My 2 outs are: the first one is spending money. I need to slow down. I need to stop spending money. My second out is stop feeling like I haven't done enough.
Do you guys want to go or do you want me to go?
Yeah.
You go.
Sinus infections and excessive marijuana use.
That's fair.
Was it excessive? What's going
Is
on?
it excessive? Are you okay?
What are
No,
you doing
no,
that?
just
What do you
like
mean
going
talk
from like
about-
smoking multiple days a week to like 1.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Like fluctuation.
Well, you have to think.
just moderate,
I'm
yeah.
I, when I, I'm
Moderate,
going from a
moderation.
caveman's reference. So when I say excessive, I mean a few times a week. You know, because the cavemen really wouldn't have been smoking too
They
much.
can't.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't get
They
their
would die
hands
by a
on that.
saber-toothed
Okay.
tiger.
Oh.
Just once you're out.
My
You're studying. He's like really looking at it, and there's nothing there. Sorry.
out would be, I think, I agree with the spending money, but also not, dude, love food, shouldn't eat as much of it as I do. But then, actually, I should probably say out with
Bad
not,
food.
no, not
Binge
bad
eating.
food necessarily, not binge eating necessarily, irregular eating habits.
I hear that, and I see that, and I agree.
Because, like, if I do, I will not eat much for a day, and then I'll binge eat.
Yep.
So rather than take out binge, I'll just cut consistency. Let's just put in there. That in. Yes.
My outs are beating myself up for taking a break. Hey, it's okay to relax. And my second out is second guessing my intuition. Like, she's right. She knows what you want. Just let her be.
Yeah. My intuition has been crazy lately, and I got proven right about something that I had a gut feeling about, and I was proven right about something recently, and I was like,
It like just trust her. She knows. Just trust her.
"What are your ins?"
My ins are staying on top of my schoolwork. I've been like pretty good about that, and I'm like kind of proud of it. And my second in is being patient. I'm so impatient, and I want everything to like move at my pace, and it's just like it's not gonna happen. Just calm down. Just wait. So I'm trying to learn how to be more patient, guys, and it's really, 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 really hard.
My ins are one, caring. Just, I need to start caring more about my schoolwork and myself mentally. So I just need to start caring about that stuff. My second in is meal prepping. I need to meal prep this week to avoid what Justin was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just gotta do what I do. Just cook meat. Just cook some meat. Just
What
throw
are-
meat in a
what are
pan
your
and-
What are your ins?
My ins are more cottage cheese consumption and to prioritize my triceps more.
Which
What?
one are
What?
your triceps?
To prioritize my tricep strength more. I've been doing good with the buys, but I don't.
Which ones are your triceps?
The triceps are behind the biceps.
They're right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't do triceps that much. It's people.
Do this.
Yeah,
Or do this.
When I was a kid, my brother
I can't do it properly.
my brother punched me in the shoulder, and it was a full tear. It almost came out of the socket. So like I can't do like overhead stuff very well.
I can't do anything.
Just start with light.
Like
start with light
yeah,
stuff.
but like even like doing like this, I could feel the strain. Like if I had weights, I don't know if
Well,
it would
then
be
you
damaged.
probably
Use
should-
weights.
You should just start with
Yeah, don't
with
do weight.
Yeah.
Get like mobility.
Stretch it around.
Ooh, that,
Real.
But yeah, I
ate with
I
that
think
term.
triceps would be nice.
What are your ins, Justin?
I think he's agreeing with the cottage cheese. I think he is. Agreeing.
I've never had cottage
It's
cheese.
so
It's
gross.
gross.
And
No,
my-
it's delicious.
It's so
my
gross.
My mom eats cottage cheese
My mom does
with
too.
fruit
That's what
Yeah.
he does.
and yogurt.
Yep.
I think she
The-
puts that all in there.
My mom just.
I don't know if
It's so
I
gross.
don't know. What is it like?
It's,
Well,
It's
so
like
it's-
lumpy. It's like a little salty.
like- okay,
like
you know, like
expect
It's
it to be
cheese.
sweet, but it's not. It's like salty.
You know, like feta, like
Never had
like
feta,
feta.
but
Like,
yes.
you know how it's like
Salty.
crumbly.
Yeah.
Okay, take that and
But
then mix
wet.
it with like milk, and then it's like,
It's, like,
wet,
wet.
and it's like yogurt
And, like,
consistency.
It's good though. It feeds the gut. It feeds the gut biome.
It may, but it doesn't taste good, and it doesn't feel
The
good.
texture and the taste is despicable.
Funny, some cool research I came
Despicable is
across
the
the other day.
perfect word.
They say when you wake up, before you brush your teeth, the first thing you do is
No, this made me throw up yesterday.
They said,
Actually?
well, they said, this doctor was talking about it. He said you should swish around the water in your mouth and swallow all that bacteria because it'll be good with like your gut microbiome. Like those bacterias will like
I bet
help
you're
to
right. I
like
bet
make
that's
your gut stronger.
like.
That
I'm
just,
not
like,
trusting you
grossed
on
me out
fully on that,
yesterday,
but
and I
like
couldn't
I
handle it.
understand
Did you
that.
actually?
It
throw
doesn't
up?
I
taste
was,
like
like,
anything.
gagging.
It doesn't
Wow.
taste like anything.
It's just your spit.
Yeah, so like you might as well swallow
it's like
it
swallowing in the.
Oh my god,
and then
please.
brush your teeth.
Okay,
Get that
okay,
back
then.
into your
All right.
system.
Justin, what are your ins?
What are my ins? Like realistically, or like are we?
Realistically,
Is this like within
but
a
you
week?
can be a little.
Yeah, I think like it's
but
like
you
trendy.
can be like a little
Like,
delusional if you need to.
Okay.
These are like
I
short-term
encourage.
ends, right?
What?
These are like short-term
Yeah.
ends, I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
short
like,
term.
And
like
Little-
trendy. What's
little-
trending for you?
little
I
goals.
guess I mean I would say eat less, but then no, that's
Eat
my out.
appropriately.
Eat appropriately.
Adopt
eat
a
well.
primal
Intuitively-
lifestyle.
You can intuitively eat.
And would be not this would just be another out. I would say just saying another out. Cut
That's
out
okay.
sugary drinks in water. Cut out inconsistent eating. Cut in consistent eating.
You know,
And healthier eating probably.
I
Like
think
just, like more fruits and vegetables.
when I first quit soda,
Yeah.
the diet sodies,
I
you
will
don't
say
sleep on them. They're good.
The pre-made
Like, they're just about
salads
as good,
from
I
Aldi's
think.
Are really good and they're really helpful.
Really?
Diet Dr Pepper and Diet Ginger Ale are probably the two best
just
diet
No,
sodas.
Diet orange soda.
Diet
Diet
orange
Dr.
soda
Pepper.
tastes
You
just
gotta
like
make sure
orange
you
soda.
you
It's
serve
like
them out
cream
because there's
soda,
like
like,
5
it's
servings in that
creamy.
bag. So you gotta make sure you portion them.
Okay.
You know, people say
they're good.
aspartame is like bad for
Oh.
you.
And they're
And
cheap.
I will look into it. Yeah, how cheap are they?
They're like $2-3 a bag. Not bad. But
And
the
how-
bag
and
is like
5
pretty
servings
big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
like
the bag
I,
is pretty. You just gotta kind of eat it like quick, or else it goes bad pretty bad. Like,
That's
which is the problem with fruits and
So
vegetables. If you want me to
things
eat well,
like
why does
this.
it just go bad so quickly?
that is
Like,
no,
do you know
that
what I
is-
mean?
Yes, no,
I see a nutritionist once a month, and it's very just like, oh,
I
it's a
get
never-ending battle.
I get
Mm-hmm.
fruits and vegetables, and I try every semester.
Yeah.
It's like,
And
oh,
then
I'm
they
gonna
go
get fruits and
bad,
vegetables,
and
and
then
then they
I'm
go bad,
busy,
and then now
and
there's a gross amount coming
gross.
from my fridge,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Oh,
They're in
and
the-
now it's like this fridge is like scary, and you don't want to
Uh-huh.
open it, and,
and
it's
I
like,
don't want to
oh,
put anything in it because I'm like, oh, what if that smell goes to the food, goes to the fresh food,
and then it's gonna taste like the bad food. And it's
yeah, and it's gonna
oh,
taste like
it's
bad
a
food, and then I'm like, oh
never-ending
wait, is this
cycle.
safe? Like I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
doing,
Mhm.
and no, it's not good.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said.
So it's
Justin.
really unfortunate because I'm like, at the beginning of the semester, buy fruits, they go bad, smell in fridge, can't put anything in the fridge.
Yep.
Then I ended up eating
Yep.
out more. Then I
Yep.
end up
spending more money.
spending more money, not eating good enough, not intaking fruits and vegetables.
I will say that calzone though, that was so good. That thing was
I-
fantastic.
It
It
I
was so good.
don't. Someone said DP dough the next day, and I was like, oh my god, we went to
DP
DP
dough
dough.
is so
we did.
overrated.
It's so
It wasn't though. It was
For its
fantastic.
price,
It was
it's
exactly
pretty
what I
rated.
needed.
I'd say it's rated.
what?
It's like
I said
rated.
it's overrated.
I'd say it's like rated perfectly.
Oh yeah,
I would say
It's cheap.
fine.
It's cheap. It's pretty cheap.
But
it's cheap. They got good deals, and sometimes I eat it not strong.
do you?
I like the Dunkers. I used to
Those
eat
are
Dunkers
good.
a lot.
Those are good. Okay.
Anyways, we
Well-
have one last
Are we? I thought we were doing that next week.
our jar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh wait, we didn't do the.
we gotta do the jar.
Okay,
They're
We
here.
can do that.
So they don't know the. So we have
What's
a jar.
the jar, Anna?
The jar is this delusional jar that we put tickets in every week, and at the end, whoever has more tickets will have to buy somebody something like a little boba or like something like small. And it is going to be me buying Trilly something. We already know
Most
this.
likely.
Most likely, it's going to be me. This is the jar. She's very cute, and it came to be because of something Trilly said, and I said we need a jar. I said we need to measure this because what she said was so atrocious and outrageous that I don't feel comfortable repeating it.
Yes, ma'am.
Do
uh-huh.
you
So
remember what it is?
the tickets are based
Will
off
you tell
of.
me after?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay.
I don't remember what I said. But
Okay.
Probably no.
Then no.
Boo.
won't.
So basically, we give each other tickets for the amount of delusion that we've been this week. I think.
And you
personally,
understand what delusion is right now?
Yes,
Like you're
fine.
good now? Okay.
I feel like I don't know how delusional I was this week. I'm feeling not a lot. How delusional were you this week? Do you have any tickets?
So well. I was doing so well, and then
Pretty normal week. I don't know.
and then I wasn't doing well.
I agree with that.
You know, I was doing so well on my delusions. I was really keeping myself in check.
Most of them
And-
for me is like,
And
oh,
now
I will get up for this class, or I will have time to do this thing.
I think
tonight.
I'm giving myself 2 this week because I did like I'm gonna clean my house this week, and then I didn't.
How
do
many
that.
do you think you owe?
Do you think you owe any?
What's today?
I
Thursday?
don't. I don't
You
think
don't
so.
have to like count it one by one. but-
No, I know. But
Okay.
I was pretty
I'm
delusional.
getting a general. Like,
Oh,
scan of the
all
week.
right.
Monday, what did I do? Monday we. Oh, we did that. Okay.
He's really thinking. I appreciate how serious he takes this.
To be accurate.
Yeah, fair.
I think, well, yesterday I told myself I was going to walk 9,000 steps, and I only walked 8,654 steps.
Chris, so do you want to
I'll
take
go
it for
5.
that?
Okay. Here, you can
I
work
think
on
5 is enough.
I'm giving you one because you said you were done playing your Xbox and you were gonna spend more time with me, and you haven't done that once, so you get 2 for that.
I deserve like 8.
I only play
Why?
when you're, like, busy.
I'll explain.
I know, but I
later.
could have freed my time.
These
for
two?
you.
You were at an e-board meeting.
You pushed me
These two
to be busy.
are for
Are
today.
you free tonight?
Homework.
Mm.
These two
Okay, cool.
was for homework earlier in the week and
Yeah.
like meetings and stuff.
What do you want to do? Watch me?
These 4 I can't say on
Can I
camera.
choose?
I don't want to watch a boy movie.
A boy movie? So movies are gender now?
You know what I mean?
Boy movie.
Yeah, I don't want to
Boy
watch a boy movie.
movie. Boy
They're
movie.
about like guns or war or
Sometimes those are fun.
fighting. No, but I don't like those kind
Transformers. Boy, Transformers.
You
watched
If
Attack on
robot-
Titan.
If cars
I
that
love
if cars that turn into robots
That
and
was
fight each other
violence.
over the sake
was
of the
horrible
planet is
I
violence.
not
know,
a
but
boy
I'm just
movie.
not in the mood. Like
I don't know what is.
Lightnary. Okay, so how
Alright.
many are you putting in? I'm putting in 4 for us collectively.
8.
Okay.
8 for me. How many?
5.
Throw them in there.
Hold on, I gotta rip them out.
There's a
These 2 are for meetings from this week.
It's me.
These 2 are for today alone.
Mm.
And these 4 are for other events.
I'm curious about those other events.
I'll tell you about them.
Well, thank you guys so much for being our very first
Yeah,
guest
that
on
was
After
fun.
the Beep. How do you feel? Do you feel refreshed?
I
Do you
feel
feel like-
masculine.
Do you feel like you've yapped your
Oh, the
your
camera
heart's
went off
intent?
over there.
I did.
That's okay.
That's alright.
Yeah. I think I feel as though this has been an experience I've never experienced before. Wink, wink.
Well, thank
Ding.
you so much.
Can you put that ding in there with
Yeah.
like a little
Ding.
spark around my eye?
Yeah.
As always, guys, we won't see you this Tuesday, but we'll see you the
in
Tuesday after that.
Tuesday after that.
I think says his
Yeah.
Merch, socials.
Socials,
Just go
their
check out their
shows.
stuff.
We gotta
It'll
talk-
be all
we
in the
gotta talk about
description.
Okay.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about merch.
Check out our show, please.
Not-
Bound by midnight.
By midnight? What are you talking about? Go
What are you
check
talking about,
them out.
and what'd you expect
Comes out
if
on
you want to
Sunday.
watch some of the oldies?
Comes out on Fridays.
Technically Monday.
Technically Monday. We'll work on it. That's all I have to
Yeah.
say. Love y'all. Have a good week. Bye.
Sometimes
Alright,
I
somebody go turn
wonder.
off the camera.
Stop doing that. There's
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.